Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, August 28th. Well, it was about a year ago that Hurricane Irene slammed into the east coast of the U.S., and about 7 years ago that Hurricane Katrina hit the New Orleans region, and this particular tropical system, Isaac, looks like it's taking a track very similar to Katrina, headed towards the southeastern coast of Louisiana, probably will make landfall later on tonight, and then dump tremendous amounts of rain on a good section of Louisiana over the next couple of days. Here's the very latest surface map and the very latest position of Isaac, just on the edge of being classified as a hurricane. Latest sustained winds are about 70 miles per hour, just another handful of miles per hour, and it'll be officially classified as a hurricane probably later on this morning. And the projected path is still right towards the southeastern coast of Louisiana, and a very slow mover right now. It's only moving 6 miles per hour, and given that very slow movement and expected slow movement over the next couple of days, tremendous amounts of rainfall on the order of 20 to 25 inches are possible. Of course, serious inland flooding is quite likely the result of that. So even though it's not a major hurricane right now, and it very well could become a hurricane status 1 or 2 over the next 12 hours or so, it still will have a strong storm surge and dump tremendous amounts of rain. So inland flooding is a serious concern over the next couple of days. After it moves slowly through Louisiana, it'll head towards Arkansas, Missouri, and then eventually loop back to the east, and may very well contribute to some rainfall around here in the mid-Atlantic region towards the latter half of the weekend, perhaps Sunday or perhaps early next week. But we'll keep an eye on that as the next few days progress. Well, I thought we'd take a look at a model that we don't often look at here. This is the specialized model for hurricane forecasting put up by NOAA. It's called the HWRF Hurricane Weather Research Forecast System, and it has some advanced physics and is specifically geared towards tropical systems. And it has that track I just mentioned a moment ago, northwest right towards Louisiana by later on tonight, and then up across Arkansas, Missouri, and then it kind of loops back to the east, and by about Sunday or so it could be the remains of Isaac could very well be causing some rainfall here in the mid-Atlantic region. But the models all indicate, and the current movement all indicate, that this will be a slow mover as it approaches Louisiana, only moving 6 miles per hour right now, and it actually continues that slow movement or even stalls out for a little while after making landfall later on tonight or early tomorrow, and that will just contribute to tremendous rainfall amounts, again on the order of 2 feet in some parts of Louisiana. Well, here's the latest colorized infrared satellite loop from Penn State EWAL site. This is from the GOES 13 satellite, and it certainly shows that this is now a pretty well-developed tropical system with a large extent to it. It's become quite a large tropical storm, and again, it's right on the verge of becoming classified officially as a hurricane. It very well may have hurricane force winds right now. There'll be an update very shortly. Again, the important thing, the important sign to look at over the last 12 to 24 hours is the drop in the central barometric pressure. It's now down to 976 millibars, and that's indicative of quite a bit of strengthening that's been going on over the last 12 to 24 hours. Now here's a close-up of that using the colorized infrared satellite loop, and the last couple of frames here you can kind of see perhaps the development right there of an eye, and we'll monitor that. That, of course, is also indicative of a strengthening process here. An eye should start to develop over the next few hours, and it's looking like quite a healthy system here. Again, it could reach hurricane status 1 or even 2. An outside chance it could jump all the way up to major hurricane status of a category 3. But for right now, it looks like 1 or 2 is more likely as it continues slowly towards the Louisiana southeastern coastline, probably making landfall later on tonight. Well, the final chart I'd like to show this morning is NOAA's forecast for the total precipitation amounts over the next 3 days don't often see a bullseye like this, but it's even hard to read. They're putting out over 17 inches, and I believe this is entirely possible here. Again, the possibility of tremendous rainfall amounts is quite high given the slow movement of Isaac, and it will continue to move very slowly over the next couple of days. So 20 to 25 inches of rain is possible over portions of Louisiana and Mississippi over the next couple of days. So we'll continue to monitor the situation with updates here at the SIweather.com. For the SI, I'm the meteorologist